The unique thing about Pokemon Pocket is that it is 100% digital. There is no correlation to any real life cards existing that the TCG has the problem with. This can actually result in theoretically a card being reworked or changed, as it really wouldn't affect anybody, as there's no physical version of it, so you wouldn't have to go re-get the card. You would already have the card and it would just have the new text. This is actually something that Yu-Gi-Oh does, which is they usually call it an errata. I don't know if other card games have the same nickname for it, or if that's just like the name for everything, or if that's just like the name every card game does. But basically in Yu-Gi-Oh, if something is errata, basically the card text is changed slightly, or it gives it a different effect. And because it is a physical game, you'd actually have to go get a new copy of that card. Pokemon Pocket, like I said, wouldn't have that problem. Therefore, I think there is one card that actually needs to be reworked, and that card is Misty. This is purely for competitive play. I think casually Misty is a very fun card, but competitively it is one of the most, if not the most broken card in the game. There is no other card currently that lets you win on turn 1 or win unwinnable matchups. Okay, so we start double executor going second, and we have a Pokeball, so we guarantee to get Bulbasaur, which is really cool. Looks like we're going up against another Pokemon EX. Let's see if we can do something in this game. And we instantly lose because of Misty. Yep. 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 By the way, video coming out next week on why Misty needs to be reworked, by the way. Or win when you really shouldn't be. When you have no energy on something, your opponent has something stacked as they already knocked out your boss monster, and suddenly you land a 4 Misty flip, and your Gyarados that wasn't set up in the back, or Palkia, can attack and just win you the game where honestly you shouldn't have won. You didn't outplay your opponent, you just got super lucky. And yeah, I've said multiple times on my channel, I am not a fan of Misty personally, but just because I'm not a fan of a card doesn't mean I'm going to 24/7 hate on it and act like I just want to change for personal reasons. I think it just needs to be changed for a competitive level, especially if Pokemon Pocket actually ever does get an official tournament run by the Pokemon Company, like how Pokemon Go has it now. And obviously the VGC and TCG has been like a mainstay for years. So if we look at another energy trainer card in the game, which is Brock, Brock lets you put it on 2 different Pokemon and only gives you 1. Misty doesn't have a single restriction besides it has to be a water type, which means you could theoretically land 0 and get 0 energy, or you could get 100 and get 100 energy. So my proposed change for this is to make Misty either cap at 1 or 2 coin flips, and that's it. And I still think it would be one of the best support cards, especially if you are playing a water deck. I think it would still be ran in those decks, as the 1 or 2 free energy is still huge. And capping at these coin flips will also prevent the turn 1 wins on stuff like Articuno, Palkia, or even Lapras EX, if you're depending on what your opponent has in the active spot and if they have nothing else in the back. Yeah, so I think that change would still let Misty be one of the best cards for water decks and one of the best cards in the game. You can still get those comebacks if you land 2 energy, but like I said, it fixes the problem of Misty letting you win on turn 1. Anyways, I wasn't going to make a super long video on this. It was going to be super short, and basically this is my proposed change, and I think this needs to happen. Or Misty, honestly, if there ever is a ban list, because I do come from Yu-Gi-Oh where we do have ban lists, and I know the TCG barely bans stuff unless it creates like a broken like a loop or something. From my understanding, at least, I'm not really a huge person on the TCG. And I mean, even in VGC, technically, there's a lot of banned like legendary Pokemon you can't use. So I think if Misty doesn't get reworked, I think Misty honestly should get banned if there ever is a ban list for the game. Anyways, if you guys have a different proposal for a rework for Misty, maybe limiting it to only a certain couple water Pokemon, such as like Lapras, or Pokemon that Misty actually uses, such as like Starmie and stuff, let me know in the comments. Anyways, I just wanted to put this video out there because I do think it is something that should be discussed. Anyways, if you made it this far, peace out and have a lovely day.